boy ain't got one either.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat, because we touching on facts, and plus we up in these hats. It's Nick's Bill talking, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars we see all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knock it down shot. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The cat lieutenant, they ended the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes, the Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQ eating, we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it popping every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about to vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute, salute, salute. What is going on, man? Knicks Real Talk. It's the recap, Divine Shot Powers. We here going to talk about this game for last night, man. Knicks and Cavaliers at the world most famous arena, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, Knicks went in there and lost the game yesterday, 108 to 102, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, indeed, 108 to 102. Good game, though, for the most part of the whole thing, man. So we're going to talk about all that, break it all down. But let me bring my partner, but so we can really get this thing popping. Shot Powers, what's up, my man?
Peace to you, Divine. Salute to the family in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it. Wolf Perry, what's good? APAP, what's good, man? Salute to everybody in the building, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for streaming, checking it out, and all that good stuff. On Dias, my man, what's good, my man? Good to see you as well. Yeah, man, we Knicks had a game last night, ladies and gentlemen. Competitive game for probably 3 quarters and 3 quarters and a half. I don't know what the case may be. But at the end, they forced it a little bit, and Cleveland won the game 108, 102. Good game for me. A little bit of disappointment, just other than that, man. It's not the end of the world, because they still going to get the 3rd seed, so they get ready to go into the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. With one more game tomorrow against the Brooklyn Nets. Get ready to go in the first round against the Detroit Pistons later on in the week, man. So made it through a long season, been a long season, a lot of some ups and downs. You know what I mean? All type of things, pros and cons, whatever you want to call it, but for the most part, we still 19 games over 500. Still got the 3rd seed. We going in the playoffs. Maybe not on a high note, but we are going in. Hopefully, we can get this thing turned around, man, and get ready for these battles that's gonna come amongst us and with the Detroit Pistons and all that. But other than that, Shot Power, just a game last night. Another one on the Doctrine. Was a fun game at MSG. Last home game of the season. They went out there and played. It was competitive. Just came up a little short at the end. But other than that, man, it's just another one bites the dust, man. That's it.
Yeah, this one was a little bit harder than the other ones, but Knicks came out there and played some basketball. You seen what they can do when they're ready to perform, and I don't know. In my opinion, I thought it was the Knicks. I forgot who was the commentator that said that the Knicks had clinched, and that it seemed like the on the court thing changed. I really thought the Knicks should have won that game last night. They had the opportunity to win. It went all the way down to like the last 3-4 minutes in the game, and they could have turned it on again. But we still have tomorrow to play, and won't be a whole lot of players probably playing tomorrow. But let's get out there. I mean, last night game was a little bit more difficult to swallow, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it, Divine. It was a little tougher, like we were talking about. It was a little tougher than the other games. This one was a little tougher, man, because in the last couple of games we had them too, but this one was a little tougher because this is one of the ones that we should have won. You know what I mean? The last game at the Garden for the year. You know what I mean? With the fans being there and knowing that we already have clinched. You know what I mean? This should have been like the cherry on top. That's how I felt.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, salute to the chat. I'm Doug Frederick, APAP, man. I'll get that link up in YouTube pretty soon, man. It's We just been kind of crazy lately, but I will put a link in there, man, where you can be able to get some drip if you want to and all that, man. Because we appreciate you always supporting the show. We'd love to get some drip at you, man. So I'll throw the link up there, before now and the season over. And we can connect that way, man. You can get some drip, whatever you like. But we do have some. I made sure I get that out for you, for real, for real. But yeah, man. Other than that, it was tough, man. It really was, like I said, because just the end of the game of the season, I wanted to win that for the fans, like you said. And just to show their appreciation. But like I said, this don't mean they're not going to do what they're going to do in the playoffs. It's just that last night's game. It was so competitive to me. Even them guys, they was competing hard, and we was competing hard for like 3.5 quarters. But I think Darius Garland had got it going, man. And I don't think we didn't find a way like to slow him down in them final minutes of the game, because he was the one who really beat us. I mean, he really was. And Max Strus hit some couple of big threes. But one thing I am happy about, after tomorrow, we got a whole week to correct whatever we need to correct. We got a whole week to correct whatever we're going to correct. Obviously, you got the playing games. It's like that. The first 2 games, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. Tuesday, Wednesday, I meant to say. I think later on in the week, that's when the Knicks start their first round series against Detroit. So the good thing about it, everybody get the rest. Everybody get to check their emotions, check their game, everything. Just what you gonna do when you get here. Now is put up or shut up. When to go home. And I'm really excited about it, man. Like I said, I had some trepidation going into these last couple of games, hoping that how the Knicks would be, because I thought that they know that they was pretty much cruising without Jalen Brunson. I thought they might get a little lax, knowing that it's the end of the year, everybody done played a long time, your body gets sore, your legs get sore, and with the amount of minutes we say that the guys played, which is rightfully understandable. Sometimes I wonder if it catches up to them. Did it catch up to them because it's the end of the season and it's a grind? But at the same time, it's just that we got to be more competitive, and I think we got to bring that fire going into the playoff. But one thing I can say too, and also, ladies and gentlemen, not to make no excuses, but it was a back-to-back again. You know what I mean? We're coming off a back-to-back again. And that's the 4th time with this same team. You know what I mean? 4 times that we played Cleveland, all of them off back-to-backs. And I think they did. I think they played well because their defense played well. They only held them to 100. They held them to 100 and something.
Right.
8 points. The Knicks didn't even play bad. I was just disappointed in the last 5 minutes. That's pretty much what it was. It wasn't a bad game. They didn't play bad basketball at all. But the last 5 minutes, I just thought when my man turned it up, I was hoping somebody could turn it up with him, and it didn't happen. So we had to take the L. But other than that, I'm still happy with this team. I'm still happy with the season. I still believe in the team. I'm not one too concerned at all, man. When we get in there, I believe we're gonna do. I still got 4-1 in the first round. And if Knicks wind up not doing that, then I would come on the show and let you know the crow has been served. And I really thought the team wasn't who I thought they were. But like I said, I don't believe in that. I think they just got to go out there with this week off, get ready to go against Detroit, get in the playbook, get film study going on, get some exercise and good rhythm and good relaxation, and get your body right, hit the pools and everything, and get ready to go to battle. Because I was happy with what I seen last night. Mitchell Robinson changed the game for me. Like I said, in that first quarter, I was like, when Mitchell Robinson in the game in the first quarter, you won't be playing from behind.
Facts.
You won't be playing from behind with him in there for that, and I think that's what kept the Knicks in the game, man. Even though them cats were doing it, but my man, his defense down there, his offense rebounded, second chance points was huge last night. So I seen some things that encouraged me, Sharp Powers, and I think that was one of them for sure.
Yeah, there was some encouraging things, and there was some things that I just wish they could have finished. I noticed I noticed when when Landry Shaman start catching fire, he get benched quick. So, it is what it is, man. I think the Knicks are ready. I think they're just winding it down. It has been a long, rough season, man. We have talked about it all year, about the starters playing so many accumulated minutes and stuff like that. So let's let these guys take it down a little bit, get a couple of days of rest before this. Let the buy-in. I mean, not the buy-in. the last four teams fight it out for position and stuff like that before we have to worry about playing Detroit. And that's the bottom line, man. We're gonna have enough time to get things right, to get everybody amped up. And I mean, everybody can get their cortisone shots and all these leg massages and all this other stuff to be ready for this nice little push that we about to go on. Like I said, this game to me more so, I really wanted this win because this was the last game at Madison Square Garden. But overall, I mean, this has been a hell of a season with the way we have been on peaks and valleys all year long, and to come out and stay the third position for umpteen months since what November, December, since like December. We've been the third, like December. We've been the third team, and we haven't relinquished that lead since. So let's get it.
Yeah, real talk. I'm gonna throw this the stats and everything in there. Let's look at the stats from last night, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see how the Knicks fared in certain categories last night, and overall all the team and player stats as well. Let's get it, man. Let's talk about the thing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at some stat chasing right quick. 108 to 102. Knicks scored 39 points in the first quarter. They were blistering that damn basketball. And the Cleveland scored only 24. Then in the second quarter, they scored 26. We scored 23. They outscored us in the last three quarters of that game. But after we had that big first quarter, and maybe the Knicks feel like that's all I need to see. I guess they were like, yo. But then they outscored us 30-16 in that fourth quarter, and that's pretty much where the game went the other way. And that fourth quarter was, where we really lost that game at. But anyway, man, ladies and gentlemen, just look at the stats overall. Cavaliers on the left, Knicks on the right. Well, on the screen to you guys, Knicks is on the left. Cavaliers are 21 for 30, 70% from the charity stripe. Knicks 14 for 20, 70% for the charity stripe. They shot 59% for the 2-point area. We shot 43. Not good there for us, for sure. Only 43% in the 2-point area, but they shot 35 from downtown, 11 for 31, but we shot 39 down. Like I said, Landry Shaman playing some hell of a ball for the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. Evan Brunson doing the damn thing, Anunoby as well. Field goal percentage overall, they shot 49%, we shot 41. And that's why I say we got, we done had cat numbers, but still we got to be better than 41%, ladies and gentlemen. They're the number that we've been holding people to lately. But the flip, we got out rebounded. Jared Allen and Mobley and them got us last night 49 to 35 down there. So we got to be, now Cat 13 rebounds or whatever. Achua didn't have many rebounds he had the other night. So his game was a little bit different last night. 22 assists, normally we 27 for the season. So we know we didn't have a good assist night last night as well. We got 22, but we definitely didn't get our season average around 27, 28, something like that. 8 turnovers. For us, not bad. They had 15 over there, 11 steals, they had 7. Foul shooting, we was 18 foul, they had 17 fouls, 2 blocks apiece. Max points in a row, both of us had 9. Time in the lead, that's what I was saying. The last 5 minutes, I was disappointed, ladies and gentlemen. Time in the lead, 39 minutes in the lead for them, 6:41. Most of that was in that last quarter when the game was over, I guess, and they probably figured like, we in the playoffs, the other team lost, like Shaq Pops was saying earlier. So that biggest lead was 23, ladies and gentlemen, for us, and their biggest lead was 6. So we would dominate the game in a lot of ways, man. But I think we just took our foot off the gas for some reason, and then them guys just kind of got their game and going, and that was that. Real quick, Jalen Brunson 27 points in 36 minutes, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 steal. Mikal Bridges 17 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. Good job there. That's why I'm not mad at that 17 because he just out 8 dimes. So that's a good job by Mikal Bridges, man. Do that. Landry Shaman, big game. He was there. He showing me what I always thought he was, man. That's why we brought him in here. He doing what I thought he was going to do. That's a good job by him, man. That defense, that 3-point shooting, he's shooting with a good stroke and a rhythm to him. 15.3 rebounds. Anunoby, 15.4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. McBride, 12, good bounce back game for him, 12 points, 1-1-1. Josh Hart, 8, 11, and 5. Nobody played over like 30-something minutes that game last night. 36 was the highest. Jalen Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Josh Hart, 34, and Robinson, 33 minutes. I'm trying to tell you, he played the minutes when knew that was coming. The Cat wasn't going to play last night.
I guess you saw talking about that.
Yeah, that's going to happen right there. But anyway, man, they to me, that was more of this guy right here, Darius Garland. I thought Anunoby did a good job on Mobley, though. believe it or not, I really did. He's had 16 and 10, but I thought that was a hard 16. Coral wound up having a good game. I didn't expect him to do what he did, but Porter and Allen, Jared Allen, 11 to 13. But I didn't do real quick. I got to say his number. I apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Robinson. Oh yeah, Mitch 8 and 7. Two steals, 1 block. Played a good game last night. Mitchell Robinson did. I think he was one of the main dudes down there last night. I'm glad to see he got that 30 minutes. That means y'all know he could play it. Like they just saving him for the play. I'm glad they ramped it up last night. Got him in the rhythm. You see he paid dividends, man, with the rebounds and playing down in the middle. I just wish somebody could have played in front of Darius Garland in that last 6 minutes. I think we would have been okay. The overall bad. Start stats with the good stats and everything like that. Other than the 2-point area from the floor, which is understandable. You got 2 7-footers down in that 2-point area. And that's the reason why I want my man Mitchell Robinson and my man to play in the middle. That field goal percentage in the 2-point area for the Knicks last night, ladies and gentlemen, was all due to them 2 big dudes down there. We shot 43% from the 2-point area, and they shot 59, and we shot 41 overall. So we just got to make sure when we get to the playoffs, we knocking down shots if that's going to occur. But I think with Big Cat, that's a different thing, though. I think he changes that the way they do that down there, shot power. But for last night, it was just one of the things where at the last 6 minutes to 5 minutes, they wanted it. That's all.
Yeah, it was like the last, like you said, like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, man, that they really, once they announced, they didn't really announce it, but I'm pretty sure that the players knew that they had clinched already. And I'm not saying that they gave up on the game and no crap like that, and not like that, but it is what it is, man. I just think, I think the Knicks will be ready for us to get ready to go down. I think the Knicks, who knows, man? Who knows that tomorrow they may come on and beat the crap out of this team, or maybe not. You know what I mean? But I in my opinion, I think yesterday's game to me was the most. For the losses that we just had recently, this was one of the biggest ones that I really, really was like, oh, I want that win. I wanted that one. So, it is what it is. I think the Knicks probably wanted it too, but, to certain circumstances, it is what it is. So we live to fight another day, and I'm not afraid or scared of any team that's coming our way.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, they are what they are for a reason. Everybody are what they are for a reason. And like I said, I'm not wavering by anything what I think they're gonna do, because the win and loss in the last couple of games is not about how I think they are as a team, how good they are. It was just more about the game that game that day. You know what I mean? It's just the game that day. It doesn't define how far I think the Knicks gonna go or who I think they're gonna be. It's just that you want that game because it just with the spirit of competition. That's all it is. So I think they're gonna be fine, man. They got a whole week off after tomorrow. I hope they don't play nobody in that rotation tomorrow. I'm gonna get them dudes. Throw them.
I doubt it.
Yeah, they don't need that.
I doubt it. I mean, unless they want to play around with Jalen Brunson, Cat, and Mitch on the court for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Unless they really trying to see if that's gonna work. But then then now you're changing up everything. Now you're putting Josh Hart back to the bench, even though it wouldn't be much of him going back to the bench because he's still going to come right in 3-4 minutes into the game. It ain't like he's going to be out that long or whatever. So
Yeah, it's fine. But I'm still excited about when you get to the playoff. I want to see Big Cat and Mitch getting there together. Let Cat get in his bag and let him get in his bag and let Mitch take a little load off him on the deeper side of the board. I mean, that make Cat probably having bigger games. That's why I really want Cat to play with Mitch, because great as Cat is, we could take the pressure off of Cat by not have to go through too much rigorous with them boys down there, because Cat gets it popping. You know what I mean? I think Cat and Mitch, I think Cat get it popping even more, because we don't have to absorb all his energy. I won't say waste. He don't have to absorb all his energy. And he can leave a lot of that to Mitch on that side of the ball, and he do what he do on his side of the ball, which is dominate and bust ass, because he that dude. Cat's that guy, and he do what he do. All NBA to me, all-star, superstar, he get it. That's why I'm not concerned, because I know we got two guys that can get it popping. You know what I mean? And we need both of them to be at their best in the playoffs. We need our two leaders, Jalen Brunson and Big Cat, to go in the playoffs. Say y'all get on our backs, because this is what superstar do, Sharp Powers.
Right.
A superstar put you on their back in the playoffs. So we need Jalen Brunson and Big Cat to take the rest of these Knicks players, get on our back like Julius Randle did that year he put them dudes on his back and took them. So we need our two big dudes to get in the playoffs, put the team on your backs, and let our two big boys get it. Because Jalen Brunson and Big Cat is them guys. They get down. Both of them get down. So I want to see them guys going in the playoffs and just ramp it up a little bit, man. I still think I see the numbers don't lie. The talent don't lie. We got just as much of any talent, especially in the starting five, as any team that's playing in the NBA right now. So we good. We good. I just wanted to win last night, but we good though. I'm still confident in this team. I still got 4-1 in the first round. And like I said, I really believe in that. And I think these cats going to have this week off to get it popping. So let's see how. And guys get healthier too, Shop Howard. Anybody with a little bit of nagging injuries, that's why I hope they don't play tomorrow. So that means you guys probably got from Sunday till Friday, let's say Friday the earliest, to get yourself ready for the first game at the Garden. And it's going to be lit because I'm going to be lit. I'm ready for this, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think we see any of the guys tomorrow. I like only way I think we see some of the guys is if they're really trying to run a couple of schemes and see how things work out with certain matchups or something like that. I can't really see seeing Cat play tomorrow, Mitchell Robinson play tomorrow, Brunson, especially now that he got his 65 games in. Josh Hart, Anunoby, Mikal. I don't see none of those guys playing. You know what I mean? We may see heavy minutes from Deuce, Payne, Shamuth. May see some minutes from Tyler Kolek, Precious, some of the ancillary players like that, but I don't think we're going to see big minutes from any one of those starters tomorrow.
Right. Facts, bro. Don't even put them in there. I'm serious. Right. I mean, listen, you don't. Why do they even? They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going higher, lower. So it's over. Sit them down, man. But I hope all of them in street clothes. Not so. I think, like you said, PJ Tucker, Daddy A,
facts,
Payne. If you didn't even have to put some of the rotation players in there, don't even put them in there. But I know they had to. But it's all about what I am happy about, ladies and gentlemen. To me, I think the Knicks get to work on the most important thing they're gonna need in the playoffs while they on this break: 3-point shooting and they 3-point defense. They shot good last night. They shot good, so I'm glad to see that. So think about what they're gonna be doing for the next week in the gym shooting. So they gotta really, you don't get to do this in the course of a season because the games come so fast. But they got a chance to sit back and mentally take a look at themselves in the mirror, get into their mental space. It's really about the mental thing. Get into your mental space, get into everything and say, okay, what do we need to do to be champions? And that's all they can do. I don't think the Knicks going in there, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think the Knicks going in there to go home. It's when to go home. I don't think they're going there to go home. They better than that. You know what I mean? They better than that. So, but if they don't, I won't make no excuse about an A game in the playoffs. I don't want to hear that A game shit in the playoffs. You got to be on your P's and Q's for 48 minutes this next week. 48 minutes, man. And I think they will because I think Detroit going to bring that out of them. So we'll see. Should be good, though. It's going to be a fun one for sure.
Yeah, there's no second guessing about what the Knicks going to do, man. I think they'll be ramped up, man. And I think the guys are going to really step up tomorrow to really do some things. So I'm not really worried about going into the playoffs and who we're going to play and do things like that because I think the Knicks are going to be ready for any oncomers. And I think we'll see a different a different way Tom Thibodeau will use the rotation. At least I'm hopeful to see some of that stuff tomorrow. I really think he'll be ready to do some different things, and that'll be it.
Yep. Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody in chat. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Real talk. AP, Dave Smith, Knicks fan. Let's go. Met fan, let's go. What's good, man? Good to see you. Real talk. Joey DeLuca, what's good? Buzzer Peter, what's good, man? Salute to the chat, man. Salute to everybody, man. Thank y'all for coming in. Doug Fresh, it was good, my man. Raymond, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? It's been a fun season, man. It's been interesting. Like I said, we had more valleys, more peaks and valleys, but it seemed like we're not. Maybe I can't speak for all Knicks fans, but a lot of us don't feel too good about the team overall? Am I misreading it, or you guys do? How do you guys feel about the team? Do you think they are who they are? Do you think they're not playing better than they are, or you think where they are where they are? Do you think this team? I think like AP feel they underachieve. Do any of you guys, the ladies and gents, feel like they underachieve, or were the expectations too much because of who they got, or what's y'all thoughts on the team for the year, man? What was your gut feeling about the way this team performed this year? Or are you happy with the way the team performed this year? If any of y'all want to answer that question, I appreciate it. For me, man, it was a good, fun season. Not only just watching Knicks, but being here with you guys, first of all, on Knicks Real Talk. But they gave us a good season. We got to the playoffs. I think because we lost certain games in the year that made us feel like, man, like I said, the legend game, we lost to these big teams that's in the top echelon. So I think that might take a little sting out of how good they think the team is, or maybe injuries or whatever the case may be. For me, I had 55 wins, and I'm not mad because I know like the situation with the team went through. Now, with my first prediction at the beginning of the year, when I said 55 wins, that's taking the guys that we got, most of all, other than Mitch. I knew he wasn't going to come back right then, but I didn't think he was going to be that long, though. I thought Mitch would be at maybe 2 months prior to that. So that kind of threw me through a monkey wrench in my game. But for them to get the 50 wins, with Jalen Brunson missing some, Deuce Bryan missing about 3 stints in 5, 9 games.
Like 18 games.
Yeah, Anunoby missing some. With the team trying to find a rhythm. I'm satisfied because they won 50 games and I had 55 under the circumstances. For me, Shop Howard, that's really what I'm at with that.
This team, prior than the team last year. Last year's team didn't have no expectations. This team has so much expectations. This team has been even in us doing the prediction for the year of 57 wins I had. 55 was my low, 57 was my high. Mm-hmm. And with the team that we had, I thought with the team coming in, gelling, not Mitchell Robinson being out all the way until March, I thought he would be back by December, before the All-Star break. But, the getting hurt by Shaman, the Achilles the groin from Achua. Those things set us back. But overall, man, we've been in the third position from like end of December. So you can't really harp on too many things. Yeah, we didn't beat some of the teams that we thought that we could beat and all that stuff. But I always like to say this note. Remember the first year when we went to the playoffs and we played Atlanta. We whipped up on Atlanta all year long. We whipped them down. We blew them out 2 games. Bad. We beat them bad. But what did they do to us in the playoffs? All right, so let's remember that too. Just because you play a team in the playoffs, depending on what back-to-back you had, how many games you played in that week, you're playing 4 games in 3 nights, and 3 games in 4 nights, and all these type of things like that could really sway the type of game that you have. There are these things that they do call in the league schedule losses. So with that being said, I'm feeding off of that. That is what I'm feeding off of, because what we did to Atlanta that year could easily happen to any one of these teams that we're getting ready to play against.
Yeah. It's definitely been a peak and valley season, and like you guys said, we lost some winnable games. But see, that's why I'm not too mad at them. Like you guys said, which is rightfully so. Like Dave Smith said, so many winnable games, winnable losses, and that's true. But we know our team was better that team, better than them teams, and a lot of them losses. Like, okay, how can we lose to Charlotte? We know we better than Charlotte. We know that. So when you lose that game, them games do sting, because like if it was up to us, we'd be 82-0. We'd be 82-0, literally. If it was up to a Knicks fan, you would be 82-0. But from a projection standpoint, the Knicks is where I thought they would be. That's what made me feel good. Like you said, we 57 wins, 55 wins, 16 games without Jalen Brunson. Cat missed a couple of games. Anunoby was out for a while. Like I said, it was Mitch Robinson missed the whole season. Stewart missed half of a season, so on and so on. Not excuses, no excuses, but them play into the equation how better your team could have been. Like we would have had Mitchell Robinson from the beginning of the season. Who knows how good the Knicks would have been? You know what I mean? And to help out these guys on the defense side of the ball. But other than that, though, I still we 50 wins, man. We had a 50-win season. I mean, that's hard to do in the NBA, Shop Powers. It really is. It's hard. Not too many teams can achieve that. But I think like the guy said, a couple of games, like the game that we left off the table, which we knew we should have won. Hopefully we be better next year. But as long as we don't have that same scenario going into the playoffs, I think right now is and I agree with you 100%. It don't matter who you didn't do something against in the regular season, because it's different in the playoffs. Just because Detroit and the Celtics and Cleveland beat us in the regular season all year, that ain't guaranteed. Like Jason Tatum said, the playoffs is different. You know what I mean? They ain't stupid. They know we got something down there. So let's see how it goes, man. It's been a fun year. It's been a good year. I think because of some like the losses that we had, Shot Powers, and the expectations. Cat coming, Bridges coming, like AP said, the 5 picks. People that a lot of that stuff, and obviously with the Thibodeau coaching style, a lot of players making a lot of money, this and that. It's a lot of variables there, but at the same time, I don't think they underachieved. I thought they could have been better because, like I said, they ran where I thought they was going to be. So to me, they underachieved 5 games for me. You know what I mean? Shop I was just in my game. Where did I think the Knicks were going to end up this season? Before the season kicked in, like we said, we had 55 wins. Okay, like somebody said, it's 10 wins. We gave away 10 wins, whether free throw shooting or missing jump shots or a bad 3-4 percent or defense lacks in some of the games. Yeah. So I think that part of it is interesting. But other than that, man, it's all good, man. Let's hope we can get in the playoffs and do some damage. I think they get in there and make it happen. Like I said, I believe we would get Detroit out of there for 4-1. I just don't think they got their style going to hold up on me. But we'll see. I could be wrong, but that's my prediction anyway. Just a prediction and a thought. I'm just trying to put all the numbers together, looking at the way they team play, looking at the way our team played. Then what I try to do, compare this and that, who they got, who we got, what type of games they play this year and how they play. And I think they got a lot of jump shooters on that in that starting lineup that if my defense can find a way to get that 3-point line defense together on this break before the playoffs, which I'm happy about. If we could tighten up that 3-point defense, then they will be in a lot of trouble because they got a lot of jump shooters in their starting lineup. Tim Hardaway jump shooter, like I said the other day. Tobias Harris jump shooter. They got jump shooters, and all you got to do is guard up on them and make them put the ball on the floor. And that's what I'm hoping. Our guy down in like Anunoby and all of it help give Cat some relief down there, or Mitchell Robinson give us some relief. Then I don't think they're gonna fuck with it. That's my opinion anyway.
I don't second guess anything that you say, Devon. I think that we have a really good chance of doing real well against all these teams. We didn't show up at the end of these games and some of these games that we had, but I definitely trust the New York Knicks team to do what they need to do coming down the stretch. We're going to have some we're going to have some time off to get some gelling together. And usually the Knicks play very well off a nice little rest. And now all of us will be able to rest, and all of us will be able to formulate a plan. And I'm can't wait to see what happens when we go to the playoffs. It's playoffs are bust right now, so let's get it.
Yeah. I'm with you, Nick. Yeah, we fine, man. Like I said, I try to do the thing game by game, and see where our team is at game by game. I don't get too high or too low and during the season, just because of the expectation. That's why I don't get too high or low during the regular season, because it's just a game in the season. And but when now that the playoffs is here, my how would I say, thought process changes on what I think this Knicks should do and how they should go. Now it won't be like I won't come in here and say because we played a back-to-back. I won't come in here and say because this guy didn't play, or I won't come in here and say because there was 3 games or 4 nights. There's no more of that. Now it's put up a shut up. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at with it now. Now it's put up a shut up, win and go home. So for me, everything that happened in the regular season, like I said, if I was a bet man, I'd had more money in my pocket than I would, because the Knicks won 19.
Right.
They won 19 games over 31. So if I was a gambling man, I would have had a happy year this year. But being that that's not me, but now it's the playoffs. What's good? What you got? Let's get it popping. We healthy. We got our full team. We ain't gonna say because Mr. Robinson didn't do this. We didn't gonna say because Shamit wasn't here to do that. We're not gonna say because Jalen Brunson made 15 games or nothing. All that shit's out the window. You know what I mean? And now it's like going to playoffs. No excuses. Let's get it popping. That's it, man. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm excited, man. Like I said, I think Nick's gonna be fine. A week off, a lot of film study, a lot of soul searching, getting back to this is where the big boys get their money at, and I'm quite sure they want to extend Jane Donut money a little more by having some more home games in the playoffs this year. So we'll see. But yeah, man, we just want to come in on a brief short stint, man, just to talk about the state tonight, man. We ain't gonna stay here too long. We're gonna get out of here in a minute anyway. We just want to come in, man. Like you say, win or lose, Knicks Real Talk. We always in the building, man. We happy and sad times, man. When we ain't doing good, we here. When we do good, we here. That's what we do. We here to bring the content to the Knicks fan base, and that's what we do, man. But like I said, like just to piggyback up what me and Charles Powell was talking about in the first earlier. Disappointed in the loss because I wanted them to win just from a competitive standpoint. And I really wanted to win that third seed by us winning, not by Indiana winning, losing.
Thanks.
That's about all it is to me. And keep play with that fire desire. They did it for 3.5 quarters last night. Played gritty, it kept going hard, and then like I said in that last quarter, we let Darius Garland get a little bit of operating run. Shot Power said after they clinched that third seed, he was like, they just said,
yeah, I mean, it felt like it, man. The last 4 minutes, they was like, they look like they all looked at each other like, yo, we got it. All right, yo, come here, yo, sit down. Shamit, no Shamit. You listen 2, 3 points, sit down. Sit it down. No, you come in here and sit down here. Put pressures back in. And they did some crazy stuff, but hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I think the Knicks will be ready for the playoffs, man. And if you don't think the Knicks are going to be ready for the playoffs, then you're going to get your wish. The Knicks are going to not do well in the playoffs. And I just say this. I think, I got high expectation that the Knicks are going to beat Detroit and give Boston a run for their money. I don't even tell you the honest truth. In my opinion, I think that Orlando's going to give Boston a run for their money. I think it's Orlando playing Boston right now. So I think it's nobody now, to tell you the honest truth. It's 1-8. So let me see. I didn't have a look recently. So let me shut my mouth before I say something. Go ahead, Devon.
Yeah. Real talk. Brian Acosta, thank you for the super chat. Salute to the chat. Tory B is in the building. Rasul, Jay Chosen in the building. All them guys, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all coming in. Like I said, we won't be in. We've been out in a few minutes anyway. So, but yeah, man, it's all good. I love what this team is. I like what they build. I like to play. I like the makeup of the team. I need to really, really go in there now, get that grittiness, get back into being hard, go in the playoffs like the Detroit. Try to throw a punch, you better throw one back, obviously, but be smart about it. Don't let them get you. Don't let them get you out your game. Because see, that's what teams like the Bad Boy Pistons and teams used to do. It wasn't about the skill. They got you out your game. They use that physicality to get you not thinking about when you go up for your shot, worry about you're going to catch your elbow. So now you ain't focused on the rim. You focus on whether it's, when you go up in the air, is that
Tighten
guy
yourself up. You see the guy coming like
yeah, that's what they do. So that's why I know that I'm glad that we got a week off to do this thing, because that's how they do it. The physicality, they do that to put, like Isaiah Stewart do that shit deliberately. Draymond Green do it deliberately. Because now you're going to be thinking about them. You're not going to be thinking about what you need to be thinking about. And we just got to be ready for that, because that's how they're going to come to play. I think Anunoby, having our starting five there, hopefully we could slow Kate Cunningham down much as we can. I think Anunoby will help that. I don't think he's going to get 38 on Anunoby or nothing like that. I really don't. Not saying he won't get no 30 or get 20. It's going to be hard to get. Let me put it like that. It's going to be a hard night, not an easy night if they got Anunoby on him compared to Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride's a good defender, but he's not big and strong like no Anunoby, though. So, that's going to be interesting, man. There's going to be a lot of variables in that game. I think Big Cat them go get it popping, man. I think Cat, Brunson, them bring it. I think they're going to bring it, ladies and gentlemen. I think Cat, Brunson, all of them. The few minutes that Mitch giving us with 8 rebounds, altering shots. Think about even that game last night. them offensive rebounds was so important last night that he got for the Knicks, Shaw Powers. Got to kick the ball out to somebody, give him a second chance, bang, Shaman knock it down or whoever. So we're gonna need all that stuff. We're gonna need the captain to be out of this game, and all that good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the playoffs, man. I'm psyched, I'm geeked about it. This is what you play 82 games for all year to get to this point here. Do I like the way our team going in the playoffs? No, I don't. I'm disappointed the way we going in, but I'll probably be happy the way we coming out. Let me just say that. I'm disappointed in the way we going in under the circumstances with Jalen Brunson just getting back. Still no excuse though. But I think we'd be away when we get in there. Like I said, it's a different season, man. Let's see how it goes, Shot Power. But I'm really psyched about it, man. I can't wait till we get here.
Yeah, I'm just ready for it to get going on. And I mean, yesterday I seen some good signs from Jalen Brunson and from other players, man, grabbing rebounds, getting assists, and doing things other than what they used to doing. So let's see what happens when we go down the line, man. Detroit gonna be a little rough outing for us and stuff like that, but I think we could weather the storm. And I'm not worried about Detroit. I'm not worried about no team in the East right now. I'm not worried about Boston. And like I said, man, Boston better be careful. Even though my Orlando is in the 7th position, they had a lot of early injuries that dropped them down from being in the top 5 this year to where they are now. But they may not even be in there. Seven play in the play-in too, right?
Mm-hmm.
7 and 8 play 8 and 9, right? Mm-hmm. Something like that, right?
They clinched the divisions. So are they? Yeah, they clinched the division. How does that work with? And I'm not sure, and I got to do some research, ladies and gentlemen. They still in the play-in, though they won their division. Am I correct?
Yeah, they 7th, right?
Yeah,
Orlando is 7th.
Yeah, they're in 7th.
Okay. Yeah, they in the play-in 7, 8, 9, and 10.
They're not guaranteed to play Boston. That's what I'm saying. They're not guaranteed.
Right, they're not guaranteed to play Boston. They gotta. They gotta.
They what 8?
I think 7 to 8 got a one game that they could lose or something like that. But not 9 and 10 only have one game. They play whoever they play and they out. And then it'll be 3 games. It'll be 7, 8, and 9, and then 9 to play. Yes, so 7th could get locked, and then 8 and 9 will go for the battle, if I'm not mistaken. So 8 have a chance to play another team if they lose, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how Miami did it last year or the year before last or something like that. They were down there somewhere and they lost, and then they came through and went to the playoffs or some crap like that.
Yeah. AP, I got it coming, my man. Don't worry about that. You probably get to hear hopefully next week, but I do got some dropping AP for the playoffs. Hey, Parrish, yeah, I'm Parrish. I'm with you on the relaxing and clowning. It's got to be a time where you got to stay locked in, Parrish. I agree with you 100% with that. You always got to be locked in. That's why I was disappointed about last night. Not because with 3 minutes left, them dudes you going up against on the other side competing against you. Like the CAVALIERS wasn't giving up, and they had nothing to play for last night. They literally they done clinched their shit, and they still was going hard. And that's why I was a little disappointed in the way we lost the game, because I thought that even though we know we clinched because Indiana lost, just because another team going up against you going hard, I think you should go hard against them until it's over. So that was my big trepidation about last night, Parrish, that, I understand they're having fun because you should have fun playing basketball, but it's a time where you got to lock in. And I think that's where they got to get better at. Okay, you're having fun, but when it's time to lock in and be serious and take that competitive spirit that you got, knowing that the other team that you're playing against trying to get in your ass, that's when I think the Knicks got to, in the playoffs, you can't have that in the playoffs. You got to be 100% serious and focused and knowing that the other team trying to bust you, you know what. So I do think hopefully in the playoff, Parrish, that they come in. Like I said, I think basketball is a game of fun. You're supposed to play fun, but being that they playing it on another level and it's also business related and it's a job. When we kids playing basketball, it's fun because it's not a job. But to them dudes, it's a job. So they got to be a little bit more focused. And I think hopefully, Parrish, they go into the playoffs more focused and more gritty and more like, go hard. Go hard to go home. That's what it's all about. So I'm hoping they better go hard. If not, they going home. That's just plain and simple. But I'm with you on that one, my man. We just got to go in there. We just got to go in there and play hard, man. Like I said, I'm not mad at the Knicks, ladies and gentlemen. My expectations were 55. They won 50 under all the circumstances. So they where I thought they were good be, and let's see if they can go further. But I think they come to play though. I think they come to play, and we get a pop. And listen, we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. On the last game of the season, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Nets, and that's going to be a 1:00 game tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Shy, you got to work tomorrow?
Oh shit! It is a 1:00 game. Yep.
Okay.
I'll chime in at 12. I come in at 12. I thought it was.
Mm-hmm. No,
damn, I gotta pay attention more. I figure it out. I'll figure it out.
That's why I just looked at it. I like, well, we got a game tomorrow. Let me see what time it is.
I thought it was like 6:00 or something like that. Crap. I wouldn't even went in.
Matinee game, so no big deal. Listen, I let down. I'll be the pregame. We be 12 o'clock. Normally do the game the night before, like tonight. But we get in here tomorrow and get it popping, man. And that we can kind of. First of all, for those who are not in the chat tomorrow, thank y'all for being part of the show. Real talk. But I don't get to see y'all tomorrow on the last game of the season. Thanks for sharing the season with us. Appreciate all the support, the super chats, the likes, the subscribes. Everything. Without, like I always tell you guys, without y'all ain't no Knicks Real Talk. So salute to the chat, man. Y'all know that's where it's at for sure. Y'all guys support it. The reason why we do this, and we come in here because we know we got people who appreciate what we giving out to them, and they giving it back to us, and that's what it do. So let's get it tomorrow, man. It's a pregame show tomorrow. We'll be in the building. And let's get it popping, man. Good season, New York. Let's go to the playoffs, man. We talk about it all tomorrow. Shop House, give me your last words, man. They'll be going to exit the building, and all that good stuff.
We'll talk about it tomorrow and afterwards. But thank you guys. 82 games strong, man. And let's see if we can get these next 16. Let's see if we can get these next 16. Divine, it's been a pleasure, man. Dang, how this damn thing seemed like we just started and it's already at the end, right? Mm-hmm. It just seemed like we just started talking about this. Like, dang, man, what do you think the Knicks? And now we at the end of the season. So thank you for the ride along with me, and I ride along with you always. Salute to the family in the chat. There is no Knicks Real Talk without a visible panel. So thank you guys for riding this whole ride through the post games and the pre-games, and the post games. Thank you for coming through and showing your support. Knicks Real Talk, let's get it.
Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody. Build APAP, Andai, Dave Smith, Andai, Dave House, Rasul, Jay Chosen, everybody, man. Met Knicks fan, let's go. APAP, you name it, you claim it. Queen Darlene, Tori B, Paris D, Paris Duggar, what's good, my man. Nick Yak, AP, everybody, man. Listen, man, I know right now we feeling a little energy, a little low because of the way the Knicks playing, but I think we're gonna turn this shit up in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. And we just got to get through this first round, and and if it's Boston, who we gonna play, or whoever we gonna be playing, we gotta be ready for them. But let's great season though overall. I think we still got a long way to go, man. So it ain't no we gonna be seeing each other for another month or two. So gotta get a pop. Then obviously when the season off season here, we got the summer leagues, we got the free agencies, all that stuff. So you're always gonna be in the building. It's an off season, but it's on season. You know what I mean? All that good stuff, man. And all that good stuff. So listen, y'all enjoy. We see y'all tomorrow at 12 o'clock, man. Real talk, man. Y'all enjoy your Saturday night, the rest of your Saturday. Be safe out there. Stay warm too, man. This shit crazy though. Real talk.
It's cold in mama.
Anything. And we see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good night. Peace. There you go. Shah, holla at you, my man.
Yeah, you already.
We about to hit you with the recap like Aaron Judge with a bat because we touching on facts. And plus we up in these hats. It's Nick Spill talking, we cut from a different cloth. We cook a Nick broth with a different sauce. We bubble like a hot pot in the kitchen. We dripping on the surface, spitting verses with these bars and b-ball. Cause no matter how far the stars, we see all like a telescope. You can tell it's dope by the way we unveil these news and notes. Check the box score, a top score, knocking down shots. Plus we got a lock for 48 minutes, putting on the clinic. The cat lieutenant, they entered the winner. The game is over. We trooping in our temples like soldiers and train the planes and Range Rover. I'm getting up and over the list. We on the BQE and we maneuvering swift. Say Tokyo, but you know we can drift. Cause the pokey be on the low, so you know our flow had to shift. We about to be out in a few. No doubt next time we see you to be on a game preview. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about the vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride. It's Nick's Real Talk and we a vibe. We get it poppin' every day and every night. We on that Nick shit and you know we about the vibe. So let's ride. So let's ride.